That's the hard cam. Oh. He's got it right there. Look at this. You might not be able to see it.
I thought that was
that's the boom mic.
All right, here we go.
There's the cameras right there.
It's been a hard thing. I was the first person to leave home. My name is Ilan, and I'm saving up to buy a new Toyota Corolla.
All right.
I really need the reliability that the Corolla provides. I am a bookkeeper and also a prep chef, so I need to be driving around from place to place. For the initial down payment, I'm 6 months out for when I get to go in and buy the Corolla and get the keys.
Share your Toyota story on Facebook.com/Toyota.
Well, I guess here we are. Welcome everybody to the second episode of GeekWeek.com brings you Highway to Helms. This week we'll be talking about a couple of different things. We're going to talk about WEC. We got a list of our top moments in sports, what we're doing this coming weekend, what the good stories that come from this past weekend. As always, I'm your host, the man behind the hurricane mask, Gregory Shane, Hurricane Helms. I'm joined on the very far left by one of my Omega alumni, former assistant to The Rock himself, Marty Garner, MG, first name Sham,
Last name Payne.
and replacing Chemo in ways of not only looks but intelligence. We bring to you, she is a indie wrestling sensation on the female scene, obviously, and a creator and founder of Arena Chicks. Everybody welcome Amber O'Neal.
All right, yeah. Woo! Looks a lot better than Chemo, I tell you. A lot better.
Yeah, so I apologize in advance for anything that Marty or I might say. So you watch out for his hands, but you never know.
I've known you both for a while, so I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah. Oh, you do you?
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, let's not get crazy now.
But anyway, I started off last week just asking the guys what they did this past weekend. So I know you had a big golfing deal coming up.
Yeah, a big golfing deal, man.
Coming up this past weekend, I said.
It was coming up this past weekend, yep. That's exactly right. I drove to, my buddy was supposed to go with me, and he decided he didn't want to go at the last minute, so I drove 10 hours to go to Florida. I would have flew if I knew earlier, but, my man backed out the last day, so I was like, I'm not paying $1,200 to go to Florida. So drove down there, played golf at...
They pulled a yuck move?
Yeah, pulled a yuck move, man. I played golf at Copperhead down there at Ennisbrook Country Club. It's where they play the Transitions tournament for the PGA Tour. And I got to tell you about this one sign they had. It's called Copperhead, so it had a big snake copperhead on the last 3 holes, right before you go play the last 3 holes. And they had a sign that says, the rattlesnake, the moccasin, and the copperhead are the hardest 3 finishing holes on the PGA Tour. Play well. How you supposed to play after you read some shit like that? Guess how I played?
Great.
Not well. Thank you.
Oh, you should have just said great, so that made us win.
Yeah, great, yeah.
It was a great setup.
Great
setup to this. I can't play golf at all. I'm supposed to actually go play tomorrow in Greensboro. Yeah. I believe with Johnny Fairplay of all people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's a damn
Survivor fans.
It should be fun, to say the least.
Yeah.
Speaking of golf, man, we lost the Ryder Cup again. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lost the Ryder Cup.
I don't even know what that means.
And don't worry about that. It's a golf tournament.
JBL put up, he said, but our mistresses were hotter.
Our what?
Mistresses. We had the hotter chicks, I guess.
Nice.
Well, what'd you do there, Amberland?
Amber O'Neal?
Amberland, another song.
Amberland, I
See?
get it. I didn't have an
Amber
exciting weekend.
Amber for those of you that don't know, will never get one single joke I tell tonight. She'll laugh later, but by the time, just smile.
She'll get it on the ride home.
She'll get it on the ride home. I didn't do anything exciting this weekend. I had exciting things coming up. So
you are coming, in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know last week, were you able to catch the WEC this week? Any of that?
WEC this week?
Yeah, it was what was it, Wednesday or Thursday? Sure, I thought it was Thursday. Could have been. Anyway, whatever. WEC 51, home of your favorite fighter.
Yes.
Which is named
Uriah Faber.
Oh,
Uriah K.
Tell
Faber.
me that ain't your favorite fighter.
Yes, he is.
Why is he your favorite fighter? Because he's good looking? Is that what it is?
He can fight. He's not been doing well lately.
He can fight too, but I mean, damn, you don't like us?
He's not.
What's up?
I'm sitting here on him.
Yeah, you are.
No, I think he had a great run. I think he's having a hard time, and he's going to make a comeback, and you're going to hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to hate it. I never said he wasn't good. I just challenged your claim was that he was the best fighter on the planet.
Yeah, that could be a little
That
steep.
is my claim. The best
No.
fighter in the
No.
If the WEC anyway.
Uriah Faber's a good fighter, but I wouldn't say he's the best fighter in the world.
Especially since he just got murdered in his last fight.
Yeah.
Shut out 5 rounds in a row.
I was
And
disappointed.
could barely walk he couldn't walk when it was over.
Best fighter in the world is Anderson Silva, for anybody out there that didn't know.
Is that your pound for pound pick?
That's my pound for pound pick, Anderson Silva. Don't.
It'd be hard to disagree with that. He's undefeated in the UFC.
Yeah, never been
You know?
beaten in the UFC. He's been beaten, but not in the UFC.
And actually, on the Best of Pride, they'll show a couple old Anderson fights, and they just showed a pretty good one. I guess last week.
I wonder if they got any of his fights on tape where he lost. I want to see him lose.
I've seen him lose.
Never seen it. You saw him lose?
I'm more familiar with that crazy dance that he does when he wins. Like that's.
Amber's really excited. She goes, "You mean the guy who break dance?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" She goes, "No, some guy does some stripper
dance
dance." And I couldn't place that in my mind at all. I was like, "He does what?"
You know, the first time I saw him jump up on the cage, he jumped up there with his feet and everything. I'm going, he's going to do a backflip. He just jumps down every time. I'm like, dude,
Well,
do something.
I just tweeted about that. Jose Aldo, who is the guy that murdered the greatest fighter on the planet.
Yeah.
His last fight, went out there and beat the guy pretty bad. He goes up to the thing, stands on the cage, does a moonsault, but it looked like he about broke his ankle when he landed. I was like, that's going to be him because he can beat everybody in that division. He's going to go break his leg doing a moonsault off the cage.
I mean, after you fight like that, and then if you got enough energy to do a damn backflip, you're the man. I mean, you know what I mean? Because that's when you break your ankle.
Yeah.
I can't do one when I just get in the ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's going to be up there one day with the. I mean, he's on my list of my short list of guys that I would pay to see right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bad. Him, John Bones Jones, who's in the light heavyweight.
I like that kid there.
I believe this week he signed to fight Ryan Bader.
Oh, really?
Bader, who just beat.
Ooh.
Yeah, the one that he was sick on.
Yeah.
Bader beat the hell out of Little Nogueira.
Yeah.
3-round shutout on that one.
That's
too.
what I heard on that. But
I don't think he could beat Bones
you
Jones.
think Bones will get him?
Oh yeah.
You think Bones will get him? I hope he does. I like Bones, man.
He's beating the
One of my
hell out of
favorites.
everybody.
Yeah.
So
I just like names.
those are
Bones
names
Jones.
you throw out there when you talk about.
I like Cowboy too.
Actually, yeah, the Cowboy fight, Cowboy and Varner. And I hate. Do you know Jimmy Varner, the guy who's fighting?
No.
He is a big heel. He's up there with Frank Mir with me as far as people I just don't like.
Yeah.
And Cerrone whooped his ass, so that was good.
I hate Josh Koscheck. I hate
Yeah.
that bastard. He's a good heel. If he was a wrestler, he'd be a great heel.
Yeah.
I want to wring his freaking neck. He's so damn good, nobody can beat him. I mean, he's been beaten,
Yeah.
but I mean, he beats a lot of people's asses, though. I don't like that.
How
That makes
unhappy
me
were
mad.
you?
Oh, when Pro Cup lost?
Yeah.
Oh, I was ready to kill myself.
Yeah.
But I said,
I
on
know.
the week before we were talking about that, and I was like, I had a big feeling he was going to lose. He took a fight on short notice, and
How old is
He just
Crow?
ain't-
How old is he?
I think he's like 34, 35, which in ordinary life that's not old, but in that shit,
You think he's got some years left in him, or what?
he can still put on good fights. I don't know if he's going to win that championship or anything like that.
It's kind of like when Michael Jordan came back from all three of those retirements he had. The last retirement he came back from, he wasn't scoring but 20 points a game. Still, it was great for the NBA, but for Michael Jordan, it wasn't great. It's kind of like him.
I think if I don't think they're going to do it, but I heard there has been talk of having like a 225 pound division. Like akin to what boxing has the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
That they may. There has been talks about that. I doubt very seriously it happened, but that would be great because there's a lot, especially with all the bigger heavyweights that are showing up, like Brock and Carl, and there's that Duffy guys is just a monster too.
Yep.
Like that's a big difference between 205 and 265.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost 60 pounds.
Well, 20 pounds is a big difference in some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially
That's
when you're
big,
wrestling, man.
big
When you're doing that Olympic style wrestling, some of those weight classes are like 5 pounds apart.
Yeah.
Much less when you're some guy. Because Brock has to lose weight to be at 265.
Yeah.
Pro Cup would be a smaller heavyweight, probably. Couture could do it. Some of those. And Bones Jones is just getting bigger.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have trouble making 205 at some point.
Who do you think will be the person to finally take Brock down? Because it was looking a little like it could happen this past time, at least for a hot minute.
Yeah, for a hot minute, that was a troublesome couple minutes for his ass.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just that was my worry that Carl is when you those guys' size, you ain't even got to have a lot of technique. There's so much weight and power coming behind his punches that it only takes one. So, and Shane Carwin is probably the hardest hitting heavyweight that they have.
Yeah.
And he couldn't knock him out. So if he couldn't knock him out, I don't know.
He took some shots.
Yeah, Cain Velasquez supposedly hits hard, but Brock hits hard too.
You know, they said Brock, they had to make him special gloves because he wouldn't fit in any of the gloves they had. I mean, his hands so
Carlin's was bigger.
No.
Yeah, I think it was like Brock's was 4X and Carlin was 5. Or Brock was 3 and he was 4, but whatever it is, Carlin has hands of 1.
Carlin was bigger than Brock's.
The gloves were.
What is their weight difference?
They're the same.
Are you serious?
Brock
looks way bigger.
Yeah, Brock did look bigger. I mean, they're the same weight class and they both
Brock
max
does look
out.
bigger than he does.
Brock might walk around a little heavier than Carlin does, probably.
Yeah, he looks bigger, man.
But then again, since he lost all that weight from his sickness, he I'm sure he's lost a couple damn pounds from that.
Yeah. Where do you see Couture going? You think he's going to stick around?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll stick around. I think he's got like 1 or 2 more fights.
You know, the thing with him is, here's what you do with him. He's a draw. He's like a Ric Flair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like a Hulk Hogan. When you see those guys in the ring, you won't just damn watch the fight. They put asses in seats. That's what he does. So that's why they want to keep him around. You know what I mean? I'd keep him around. I'd keep him around forever if he want to stay around.
Yeah.
He's 95 years old, but he's about to fight his young
I think they
kid.
should call him the Icon instead of the Natural. It'll be Randy the Icon Couture.
Maybe they should.
That sounds better. Huh?
We should call your boy, man.
I mean, I might put in some calls, man. They need me for market.
Yeah, we'll call old Joe Dirt up and see what he thinks about
Joe
it.
Dirt? Yeah. You're talking
Joe
to
Rogan,
the
I'm sorry, Joe. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Don't hit me.
Oh, we were talking about that earlier. This is actually a funny story. They had a UFC, I don't know what number it was, but it was in Fayetteville, Fight for the Troops deal. And we all got like really great seats and sitting there watching the fighters with Josh Koscheck knocked this guy out really bad. And so then show's over, people leave from the building, and I go to the back and I'm sitting there. I was going to talk to Brock, and I was talking to Joe Rogan at the time. And I look over there, and the other guy's still on the stretcher, just over there laying knocked out. I was like, anybody couldn't help this motherfucker?
Was nobody over there?
Yeah, I mean, they were kind of, but not really attentive as
that joking
as
around.
I felt they should have been.
What are you doing again?
Looked like he's been knocked out for 20 minutes straight.
They were taking pictures of him and shit.
Yeah,
Hey, put this on Facebook.
Writing shit on his hand, taking pictures.
You think that's something you'll ever cross over to?
No. I make a crossover. I'm actually talking to my man, Champagne here, who is he's a referee. I think you know a referee. He referees MMA fight. A judge. That's right. I want to be a referee.
Yeah.
No, I want to be a referee. I'm thinking about just getting into the referee aspect. I would like to do that, or I would like to be in the marketing part because those guys do need some help just marketing themselves. Some of them. And that would be cool. I think to help individuals, come up with gimmicks because I've helped a ton of people with their game. As you guys well know, I've helped a ton of guys get their characters together in wrestling. And not that MMA is going to have characters per se, but just people help them out with their personality.
We can do MMA, man.
Yeah, we will.
Vince McMahon, we can do MMA.
Yeah. When the first time you saw a cage? In wrestling.
There you go.
See? They're stealing our shit.
Stealing my shit, dog.
But as far as me getting in there and fighting, hell no. I like training.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like training for stuff like that, but I ain't getting in there and fucking.
Hell no.
See this right here? See my little switchblade comb?
We're gonna mess that up.
That's how we do right there.
I wonder if anybody out there thought it was a real knife. This motherfucker's got a knife.
Yeah.
Like Tank Abbott taught me that shit.
Eventually,
I'll comb your shit to death.
I want to start a women's MMA division in the Arena Chicks.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I didn't call it something wrestling.
Yeah.
So, really don't know how to get that started. That's why I was asking. You said you want to train and you judge. Hell yeah.
I know people. I know people. So I can.
Do you know many females?
I've heard that a lot of people be interested in that. You know what I mean?
I know it's picking up. I know the female are interested in it.
And I'm gonna be a male chauvinist pig and say they should do it topless.
That's
All
not gonna happen.
right. No, I'm kidding.
But
Kidding
I
about
do
that. I
require
love
them
you
to be
women.
somewhat
Thank you.
attractive. That may be hard to find.
Yeah.
I guess that's maybe
Well,
chauvinist
they
on my
have a
part
few
as
in it
well.
now. There's a few women that fight. They have girls.